Week 19 of the fantasy basketball season. Here's a few guards I looked at off the wire this week. The first guard, Brandon Williams of the Dallas Mavericks. Now with the Kyrie Irving injury and other injuries over the last week here, Williams getting more opportunity. And we know this Mav team at this point, they might as well tank, get a high draft pick, and try to run it back a year for Williams. Obviously, the numbers aren't great. He didn't play much till recently. 5.5 points a game. 1.2 boards, 1.7 assists, 48% from the field, but the last few weeks, 16.7 points a game, 3.7 boards, 5 assists, a steal, 1.7 threes, and 54% from the field. So with all the injuries, like I said, he's going to be playing heavy minutes as Brandon Williams, and he's going to go out there, see what he could do for this Maverick team to try to get more of a role for next season. And obviously, he can help fantasy owners right now, March 5th. At the Bucks, 14 points, 5 boards, 8 assists, 2 steals, 46% from the field. March 7th versus Memphis, 31 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, a steal, 4 threes, 66% from the field. So like I said, with all the injuries on this Maverick team and the top 2 players most likely done for the year, we know Irvin tore the ACL, obviously out for the year. And Anthony Davis, at this point, they might as well shut him down. Is this Dallas Maverick team and try to go all in next season. So Williams getting opportunities. He can help assisting, rebounding, scoring, and 3-point shooting. And right now, a big waiver wire pickup available in 80% of fantasy leagues. Next guard's Quentin Grimes of the Philadelphia 76ers. So another team dealing with injuries all year long. Another whelming season it's been as well for Philly. And now it's about tanking for them and next season regrouping and going out there and having a better team. On the year for Grimes, 11.5 a game, 4.2 boards, 2.4 assists, 1.8 threes, and 47% from the field. So this deal, they got ripped off Dallas. Caleb Martin, he's a veteran on a 1-year deal who's only played 1 game for Dallas since the trade deadline, since they got him. In the last couple weeks for Grimes, he's playing well, 17.7 a game, 4.5 boards, 3 assists, 1.3 steals, 2.3 threes, and 52% from the field for Grimes. So he could score the basketball, he could 3-point shoot. I know the other categories, he's not going to give owners much, but like I said, with Paul George banged up now, Joel Embiid out for the season, minutes are there, obviously, for Quentin Grimes and opportunities to shoot the basketball. March 3rd versus Portland, 14 points, 6 boards, 9 assists, 40% from the field. March 4th at Minnesota, 30 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals, 3 threes, 66% from the field. And March 6th at the Celtics, 6 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, a steal with 3, 18% from the field. So he's going to have some shooting woes here and there as Grimes. This is his 4th team in 2 seasons. He's with the Knicks last year, traded to the Pistons, then the Mavericks, and now obviously traded to Philly. But right now, it looks like he's been comfortable over here in Philadelphia, where 2 out of the last 4 games, he's had 30 or more points in those games. So right now, while he's only out there in 54% of fantasy leagues, he's an ad. This week, the next guard I looked at, Stephon Castle, the San Antonio Spurs. This is very surprising. Castle is still available in fantasy leagues at 55% on the year, 13.4 points a game, 3.1 boards, 3.5 assists, 1.1 threes, and 42% from the field. In the last couple weeks for Castle, 18 a game, 4 boards, 3.7 assists, 1.6 threes, and 46% from the field. So Castle, he's another guy that can fill up the stat sheet, scoring the basketball, hitting the 3-ball, pretty good rebounder as well. And he's going to get some Rookie of the Year vote. Still wide open, I think. March 2nd versus the Thunder, 32 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, 4 threes, 57% from the field. March 4th versus the Nets, 17 points, 4 boards, 6 assists, 2 steals, a 3, 53% from the field. And March 7th at the Kings, 25 points, 2 boards, 3 assists, 2 threes, 58% from the field. So another team in San Antonio is banged up. Wembanyama out for the season, obviously. De'Aaron Fox, not 100%. Castle could step even more into a role where he's going to shoot the basketball a lot. But right now, he's playing in that 25, 30-minute range per game is Stephon Castle, playing good basketball. And like I said, one of the better rookies in the league this season. Very surprising. He's out there still in tons of fantasy leagues. Next guards, Benedict Mathurin of the Indiana Pacers. So Mathurin, we know he's a solid player, can score the basketball, but injuries have been a problem for Mathurin throughout the last couple seasons. He missed a few games before returning to the lineup, and he's out there in 60% of leagues on the year, 16.4 points a game, 5.5 boards, 1.9 assists, 1.4 threes, and 47% from the field. In the last couple weeks, like I said, he missed 5 games, but in the time that he did play, 14 a game, 4 boards, 2.5 assists, to 3, 42% from the field. So Mathurin, we've seen some big games out of him this season. And in his return game, he did have 30 points at the Atlanta Hawks in a tough loss. So the last few games, February 24th versus Denver, 8 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, a steal, 42% from the field. Then February 26th versus the Raptors, 10 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, a block, 33% from the field. Then he missed games from February 28th to March 6th, and he returned March 8th at the Hawks, 30 points, 8 boards in that one, 5 assists, 2 steals, 4 threes, 45% from the field. So Mathurin, he's going to play big minutes for the most part. He played 40 minutes in his return for this Indiana Pacers team. He could hit the 3-ball. He could score at will. We've seen it a lot this season as well from Mathurin. And he could rebound decently the basketball. So right now, while he's back in the lineup and this Pacers team trying to move up the standings, even though it's been rough for them over the last 2 games here, losing at the Atlanta Hawks, I still think Mathurin, he could be a boost for this Pacers team and for fantasy owners who need scoring the basketball, rebounding, and 3-point shooting. Next guard, Scoot Henderson of the Portland Trailblazers. Scoot Henderson, he's been on this waiver wire all season long in over 50% of fantasy leagues, and right now he's still out there in 65% of leagues. On the year for Henderson, 12.7 points a game, 3 boards, 5.2 assists, 1.1 steals, 1.6 threes, and 43% from the field. In the last couple weeks, the numbers pretty similar in the time. 14.6 points a game, 3.3 boards, 5 assists, 1.1 steals, 2 threes, and 42% from the field. So Henderson scoring the basketball, 3-point shooting, and assisting in the basketball. He's going to bring owners. I know one of his problems, field goal percentage, hasn't been good this season for the most part. But like I said, Portland over there, Henderson, one of their top players, and he's going out there, and he's been serviceable all season long, I believe, for fantasy basketball. March 3rd at Philly, 7 points, 3 boards, 6 assists, 33% from the field. March 5th at Boston, 13 points, 2 boards, 4 assists, a steal, a 3, 36% from the field. And March 7th at the Thunder, 22 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 2 threes, 53% from the field. So obviously, this Portland Trailblazer team, they're not going anywhere this season. They're going to keep playing these young guys at high minute rates, and he's playing about 25, 28 minutes a game right now. Scoot Henderson, like I said, scoring the basketball, assist, and 3-point shooting could give fantasy owners. So right now, like I said, while it's surprising he's still been out there all season long in 65% of fantasy leagues, he's definitely in there this week. In the final guard I looked at off the Warriors, Trey Jones of the Chicago Bulls. So the Bulls, they've got some guys at least contributing from that Zach LaVine deal. Zach Collins, he's been playing well since they got him in the deal. And Trey Jones, he stepped his game up as well of late. On the year, 6 points a game, 2.3 boards, 3.6 assists, and 52% from the field. But the last couple weeks, 12.1 points a game, 3.6 boards, 4.4 assists, and 63% from the field. So scoring, assists, and a good field goal percentage, Trey Jones is going to give fantasy owners. And I know he's more of a deeper league ad right now, but like I said, he's getting that playing time, especially the last 2 games with 30-plus minutes for Jones. So right now, he's available in tons of fantasy leagues in 94%. A few games, March 4th versus Cleveland, 9 points, 8 boards, 7 assists, a block, a 3, 44% from the field. March 6th at Orlando, 20 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, a steal, a 3, 58% from the field. And March 8th at the Heat, 15 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, a block, a 3, 63% from the field. So as long as the minutes are going to keep up for Trey Jones and he could continue to score the basketball and help in other categories, I think he could help fantasy owners in deeper leagues. So that's a few guards I looked at off the wire, 19 of the fantasy basketball season.